Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Cover Color is a place where I show you hidden stories of the Bible. In previous edition of this video, we're able to establish that the set of instructions given to Moses on Mount Sinai was almost the same with Yoruba customs and traditions. One of the instructions given to Israelites by God through Moses on Mount Sinai is purification after childbirth. This is when the mother is taken for cleansing and total removal of bad blood in her system. For the male child, the purification or the cleansing is done for the period of 40 days, counting from the day of birth or from the day the child was born. And for the female is a total of 80 days. This can be seen in the book of Leviticus chapter 12, verse 1 to 8. Likewise, the Yoruba tribe, after childbirth, the mother is kept for purification and cleansing until after the expiration of 40 days, where she then comes out on the 41st day and does what is called 41 days after birth in Yoruba culture. This is where beans cake, akara, or puff is being fried and shared to people for the celebration. You see, these and many more are the pointers to the fact that this instruction given to the Israelites seems to be exactly the same with the Yoruba customs and traditions. To fully understand this video, I advise that you watch previous edition of this video, the Yoruba Israelites, the ancient Canaanite tribe, and Hebrews Yoruba tribe, the law and the culture. You may be saying you've never seen where they practice 80 days outdooring. But let me quickly add here that you haven't seen or heard about that because they were always giving birth to males, just like the Hebrews in Egypt. So the 41st day outdooring is pronounced in their culture. Again, Israelites were instructed to name their newborn on 8 days. On the 8th day. Likewise, the Yorubas, even those in the United States of America, in Europe, and in other parts of the world, they do the same. This culture is so pronounced with the Yorubas to the extent that their friends and families participate virtually in the naming ceremony through Zoom, YouTube, Google Meet, and others from different continents of the world, not minding the time difference in time zones. But those in Israel right now don't even have a clue of the culture, which is a disconnect from God's instruction to Israelites. To further prove to you that Yorubas are indeed Israelites, I want to bring to your attention a very interesting story of an incident that happened in the book of Judges. In Judges chapter 12, I'm sure you remember the story of one Jephthah, the man who went to war, won, and came back home rejoicing. In chapter 12 of the book of Judges, the Ephraimites fought him for not involving them in the war, for not involving them in the fight. They began to argue. Their argument turned into a great fight, and the Gileadites, according to the scriptures, prevailed over the Ephraimites. The Gileadites took position by the river crossing that is passing over to Jordan. So when an Ephraimite who had escaped wanted to pass over to Jordan into their city, they will ask him, Are you an Ephraimite? And if he says no, he is then asked, say Shibboleth. And when he says Shibboleth, then they know he's an Ephraimite because he could not pronounce the she sound. He is then killed. The Ephraimite replaces the she sound for C. So there is lisping among the Ephraimite tribe of Israel. As there is lisping among the Ephraimite tribe of Israel, so also is lisping among the Yoruba tribe from Ibadan, who couldn't pronounce the she sound, but replaces it with C. They pronounce chicken as sicken, chair as seer, and so on. The Ark of Covenant has three things in it: the cruse of manna, the 2 tables of stone, and the rod of Aaron that budded. You remember the story of Aaron, Moses, and the 70 elders when they were arguing, when they murmured against Moses, that God also speak to them, that Moses cannot monopolize the instruction of God to himself, that Moses cannot be the only person who God speaks to. So God asked Moses to tell the elders and Aaron to come with their rod and place it at the altar, so that whosoever have his rod bud or come to life or spring, or that life spring from it, will be the priest, will be the God's spokesperson, will be the person in which God speaks through. The following day in the morning when they came back, it's only Aaron's rod that budded. In Yoruba culture, those who are in the place of office have a rod called Okpa. The rod is not an ordinary rod, but it is a rod with the significance of budding. Again, Moses took the rod in his hands and he stretched it on the river Nile, and it turned, according to the Bible, into blood. He threw the rod in his hand on the ground, and it turned into a snake. And at the time when they were leaving Egypt, being shot in the desert, there was no other way they could pass. The chariot of Pharaoh behind them and the Red Sea before them. Moses stretched forth his rod to the water, and the water parted. Likewise, in Yoruba culture, the rod is believed to possess powers. The rod, which is called Okpa, is believed to possess power, so it is called Okpa Ashe, the rod of authority. In Yoruba culture, authority cannot be said to be Ashe because the word Ashe goes beyond authority. So, Ashe is the be of God, the essence of God. So, Okpa Ashe is not just staff of authority like you have it everywhere, but in Yoruba, it is the staff of the essence of God. Again, in Yoruba land, when the king stretched forth his rod at something or at someone, it is believed that bad things may happen to that person. The Oba is not allowed to use his rod because it carries the be, the essence, the stamp of God. While in some culture, it is called staff of office. but in Yoruba, it is the staff of the essence of God, the staff of the authority of God. So, when a man is being touched by a king in Yoruba land with his rod, evil and bad things are expected to happen to that person. So a man can only be rejoiced with by a king or an oba with what is known as horsetail irokere and not the rod or bashe. All these cannot be coincidences. Indeed, the ancient Israelites can be said to have migrated to present-day Nigeria and in the heart of the Yoruba land. It is no rumor that the people taken from Africa to America sang Israelite song in Hebrew tongue while they were being taken on the slave ships. The Yoruba tribe trace their ancestry back to Near Eastern region, which is Canaan, and this is clearly demonstrated in their customs and culture. If you have enjoyed this video, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Please click like and share with your friends, and subscribe to this channel, Covered Color by Adeluyi Israel. Until I see you again, remember, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.